What's up guys, welcome to the video. So today we are filming another question and answer. So I did start my bulk and I did do a video on it last week. So what I'm going to be doing is basically alternating videos per week. You know, I do 2 videos per week, one being the cheat day, and I was doing Q&As for a little bit, but I'm going to be balancing them out with, I'll do a cheat day, Q&A, cheat day, bulking video, Q&A, cheat day. So did I say that right? But yeah, basically I'm gonna alternate them so that way I switch up the content, add some variety here, but they'll always be the cheat days because those are the most fun and you guys enjoy them. I enjoy making them. But let's just get started. So the first question, where do you buy your t-shirts from? They look awesome on you. Well, thank you. I do get my t-shirt. I think the t-shirts that you're referring to are just the plain like gray ones, the plain black ones, the plain green ones, which I do have a bunch of green shirts when everybody thought I was wearing the same green shirt. I don't know why. But those are from Amazon and I believe the company is called JC Distro. So it has like the scallop bottom, and on some of them I cut the sleeves a little bit back because they do come down pretty far. So I just trimmed them a little bit so they kind of come upward. But yeah, I do get them from Amazon. And yeah, they're pretty cool. If you could spend a day with 3 people, who would you choose and why? I would have to say one of them being Gary Vee, because Gary Vee is just a mastermind. The dude is so smart when it comes to like business. I would love to just spend an entire day with him, picking his brain, and he could just straight lay out an entire protocol of like, all right, you need to do this, 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 and this. Focus on this, forget about that, you know, and like, you could just, I guarantee Gary Vee could turn my entire, I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing, you know, I love the grind that I'm living and I love everything that I'm doing. But Gary Vee could probably lay out a structure to where like, all right, you need to focus more on this, focus more on that, and it could probably really build my coaching business, make my YouTube channel grow. Like, he is just a mastermind. If you guys don't know who Gary Vee is, definitely follow him. I will put his IG on the screen. He is the man. And the second person would probably be Eric Helms. Now, if you guys don't know who Eric Helms is, he is a coach for 3D Muscle Journey. So they are a natural bodybuilding, basically like a team. So there's Alberto Nunez, Jeff Alberts, Eric Helms, and then there's one girl that's part of it. Oh, Andrea Valdez. Oh, and Brad Loomis. So they are a team of coaches that coach natural bodybuilding and stuff. But I've been following Eric Helms for a very long time now. And I watch every podcast that he does. He's just super smart. He has his master's in exercise science. He has his second master's in sports nutrition. And he has his PhD in strength and conditioning. So the dude is a wizard. He's super smart. It's almost like Gary Vee with business, but Eric Helms is with like strength and nutrition. And it's really amazing how smart the dude is. So definitely those two. And the third person, I would have to say Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just because, I don't know, like growing up, I've always been a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger and all the movies that he's done. And you know, the dude's from Austria, and he came here. He was governor of California. He played an acting role in many movies. He's just seriously a legend. So those 3 people for sure. Are we going to get a Christmas cheat day? Now, possibly. I mean, I think Christmas falls on, I forget which day it is. I think it's during the week. But I think if Christmas is on Wednesday, then the cheat day videos always drop on Wednesday. So you guys will get a Christmas cheat day. Would you date a girl who is 100% vegan? Absolutely. Now, I have nothing against like anybody who's vegetarian or vegan or eats meat. Like, it's your lifestyle. You choose to live it whichever way you want. But if I did have a vegan girlfriend, then it would make eating much easier. You know, I do follow a plant-based diet 6 days out of the week, and then on the cheat day, I'll just eat whatever I want, meat, dairy, and all that. But having a vegan girlfriend would make dining out much easier. And then I would probably go out to eat a lot more, because during the week, I just stay home and I cook my own meals. So absolutely, I would. Would you like to visit Arab countries? Absolutely, I would. I'd really like to visit some Arab countries. I've been around like Europe a bunch. I've been to like Japan, Australia, Canada, but yeah, I have never been to any of the Arab countries, but hopefully in the future I will. Favorite ice cream flavor and brand. Now, I'm not crazy big on ice cream. Back when I first got into like flexible dieting, I would fit all kinds of things into my macros, so every night, you know, I'd be having like some ice cream. I think it was like the Breyers, but it was like a low fat version, but the macros were pretty decent. I forget like the flavors I was getting, but cookies and cream is always good. I really like coffee flavored ice cream. Black raspberry is really good. Mint chocolate chip. Pistachio ice cream is surprisingly good as well. What made you cut off your long hair? I don't know. It was just a point where I was just like, I'm gonna cut my hair. And around that time, I was drinking and partying around that time. I think I was like, how old was I when I cut my hair? Maybe I was like 24, 25 or something. But maybe 24, I don't know, I forget. But around that time I was like, oh, I want to cut my hair, do a new me or whatever. I got rid of the beanie because I wore that beanie since I was like 16 years old, every single day. Obviously I had a few different ones because I lost a few of them. Some people stole it from me. One night when I was at Tampa Pro Contest, somebody stole my beanie, which was whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I was just like, oh, I just kind of want to change, so I cut my hair. And when I first cut it, it was like, it was a little longer on the top, but it was probably about this length on the side. You mentioned that you are curious as to what God's plan is for you. Out of curiosity, are you a Christian? No, I am not a Christian. I do believe that there is a God, there is a higher power. I know there's many religions out there. I personally do not follow any specific religion at all. I just kind of live my life. I believe that there is a higher power. What it is, I don't exactly know. But I really feel like if you're just a good person and you're willing to help people and just do good things and put out positive vibes and positive energy, that whatever happens after this life, then I guess I'll live a good second life, I guess. Carb cycling for bulking, what's your thoughts? Now, carb cycling can be beneficial. You can have a lot more carbs on your training days, and then on your off days you can eat slightly less. I know a lot of people try to do that to basically lean bulk or try to inhibit fat gain, but if you think about it, on your rest days, that's when you're recovering. So on your rest days you should still consume carbohydrates, that way it's going towards filling muscle glycogen, and so the next day when you go to train again, the muscle glycogen is there, you're not depleted, and that way you just feel energized and good and ready to train. Do you gain, maintain, or lose fat on a high carb diet but under calorie deficit? What happens if I eat high carb diet, under calories, but only grains and complex carbs? Will I lose fat? Now, if you are in a calorie deficit, you will lose fat. Now, it doesn't matter if you consume a lot of carbs or if you consume a lot of fat. What's most important is the calorie deficit. But when you are dieting, you want to definitely train. You want to be using those carbs. Carbs are fuel, they're energy, and eat a decent amount of protein when you're dieting as well to maintain muscle mass. Would you recommend weekly cheat days for athletes that train every day? Now, it's not a thing that I recommend, cheat days. I personally have cheat days because it's just a day where I just go out, enjoy myself, eat what I want. But if that athlete doesn't want to have a cheat day, then they don't need to have one. Maybe they just want to have a cheat meal once per week or something, where they go out and just enjoy the freedom, just having a meal of whatever they want. That's completely fine. Or even having refeed days. And again, it just depends on what their goal is and what their calorie intake is. If they're dieting, refeeds become beneficial. Maybe even a cheat day if they wanted to. But it really just comes down to that athlete and what they're looking for. What did you do to become an online coach? Did you attend specific courses? Now, I got my online training certificate from ISSA, which is International Sports Science Association. So I got it back in 2014 because around that time I was dieting for a show. It was my first show ever. I did a physique show, and you know, people were just asking me so many questions like, oh, what are you doing? Are you carb cycling? How are you getting lean? Can I eat carbs? How much cardio do I have to do? You know, so many questions, and you know, it's like, man, people get paid for this. So I wanted to get a certification to where I could coach people and have the knowledge to be able to do that. You know, obviously experience is very important. You know, just by going through many dieting and bulking phases, I was able to learn a lot of data about myself. And now that I've had tons and tons of clients, you know, everybody's body is different. What might work for mine is not going to work for somebody else. So just because you know how to get yourself in shape doesn't mean you know how to get other people in shape. So I've really learned a lot over the years in terms of coaching males, females, athletes, non-athletes, people who just want to lose weight that don't even work out. You know, so I've had many different clients of many different categories. So yeah, it's definitely cool and I really enjoy it. I love helping people and I love being able to change their lives. What pro skaters are you currently hyped on lately? Now, I would have to just say Luan Oliveira, Carlos Ribeira. Like, man, those Brazilians are just phenomenal on a skateboard. It's crazy. Just all Brazilians in general are just amazing at, like, they're amazing with their feet. Like all Brazilian soccer players, all Brazilian skateboarders. It's crazy, man. The Brazilians, they got something going on down there that I think we need to figure out, because they are just dominating. They're destroying it. Hey, I'm 14. I do CrossFit / bodybuilding. I track my calories, but I have become obsessed and I feel like I might be under eating. I used to be fat and now I can see my six pack, but I'm scared to lose it if I eat more. I have 2 days a week where I have some diet ice cream and a big bowl of popcorn, but I obsess about the calories those days too, causing me to stress. What should I do? Now, I really think that you should stop restricting too hard on all days out of the week. That was something that I dealt with personally. You know, I was super lean, I looked amazing, but outside of that, like, everything in my life was suffering. My workouts weren't the best because I wasn't eating enough, but I still had abs, you know, I thought it was cool. I was always hungry, I was always never satisfied, you know, like, so until I started to put on a little bit of body fat and started eating more calories, my life really improved. Like, the workouts got better, my sleep got better, my satiety was better, you know, I wasn't always ravenously hungry. So you are 14 years old and I really think you shouldn't be worrying about having shredded abs. I really think you should just be enjoying life, eat food, you know, train. You know, you're so young and you have your entire life ahead of you. You know, you should be out playing with your friends. You know, don't be so tied up into your diet. But yeah, just don't be so restrictive and just enjoy your food, enjoy your training, and just really try to enjoy your life. How about, what's your least favorite food? Have a fun time in Miami. Now, I would have to say, well, this is kind of ties in, I don't know. Well, what did I just say just there? But my least favorite food would probably have to be seafood out of all things. And yes, I am from Boston, Mass, and we do have a huge fishing industry up there, but I'm not really big into seafood. You know, I do like scallops, you know, scallops wrapped in bacon. That was like one of my favorite things to eat, you know, around the holidays, like family would make it. Salmon's pretty decent. Lobster, no thank you. Mussels and like little necks, I don't really care for those. Like, so yeah, seafood I don't really care for too much. Next question for Q&A. Would you travel to another country for a holiday where you vlog, do cheat days on local foods? Absolutely. So I do plan to travel soon. Well, next year for sure. I want to go to Europe and travel around and enjoy different foods, do meetups. You know, I really want to go to like the UK, France, Germany, Switzerland. I just want to travel all around Europe because I just really love the culture over there and just how they do things. It's just really cool. So definitely next year I will be doing that. Have you ever skated with Chad Muska? Random, I know, but Shorty's was my board back in the day. Also that Jersey Shore eyebrow waxing, hell no. Yeah, I've never personally skated with Chad Muska. I've met him before and like at different like events and stuff. But when I was like at like my peak of skating, that was when he kind of like, not disappeared, but he was just kind of, he wasn't really in the mix. I think he was just going through some stuff at that time. But yeah, like I did meet Chad Muska, but never actually personally skated with him, but he was a cool dude. Hey Nick, your videos give me life. You've done a considerable amount of experimenting with foods and diets. How would you describe your relationship with food? Do you think what you do now with cheat days is sustainable? Will you keep this diet going for as long as you can? Now, what I have going on now is just very easy to maintain. You know, now that I've really switched to a plant-based diet 6 days out of the week, like, and also that I am in a bulking gaining phase, you know, so I'm not dieting, I'm not restricted, so I'm not just like dying to get to the cheat day. You know, like I'm chilling. I did talk about this in my Bringing Back the Bear episode 1, which was just last week. You know, how I'm just satiated, I'm good. I'm not ravenously hungry. I'm not just like, man, I'm dying. I can't wait for the cheat day to come. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like I feel great. You know, I eat tons of fruits and vegetables and there's plenty of fiber in there. It keeps me full throughout the day. So I have been experimenting with 2 meals a day. So when you eat less frequent, you get less hungry. So around between 12 and 1 p.m. I'll have my first meal of the day, which would be roughly 1,000 calories, 1,000 to 1,500. And then around say 6 or 7 p.m., 6, 7, 8 p.m., I'll have my second meal, and that'll be close to like 2,000 calories or more, depending on what my target is for that day. So yeah, lately it's just been great. You know, I don't feel restricted at all. Like, I'm not like dying to get to the cheat day. When I was just doing fruits only, you know, I wasn't consuming enough calories, so I was in a deficit. So by the time the end of the week came, I was just like, man, like I can't wait for the cheat day. But now I'm just chilling. You know, when the cheat day comes, it comes, and it's time to cheat. But yeah, I still love eating donuts, pizza, burgers, all of that. But during the week, it's just strictly fruits, veggies, mainly plant-based foods, and I'll do like some rice cakes. But yeah, that's what I got going on, and I'm really enjoying it. Bassnectar, any bass heads in here? So yeah, like I am just a super huge Bassnectar fan. Like, I wasn't really a Bassnectar fan until like I just went to EDC recently. You know, I've always loved house music and EDM and stuff, but it wasn't until recently where I was kind of really turned on to like Bassnectar. And it's crazy how many people are like Bassnectar has basically like a cult. You know, it's like a cult following. So I am going to New Year's Eve in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm gonna drive up on the 30th, and then the 31st is the Bassnectar concert at, I think it's the Greensboro Coliseum. So really looking forward to going there. If you guys are going, it'd be dope to see you guys, so it's gonna be a fun one. Hey Nick, love your videos, keep it up. Question, do you have a workout that you specifically would recommend for skaters? Now, yes, I did film a workout for skaters, and I will link it up above. I'm not sure if this is the right side or this is the right side. I think it's this side, I might be wrong. But yeah, I will link it up there if you want to check it out. I filmed it when I was at Kilo Strength, so hopefully you enjoy. How did you meet Nathan Figueroa? Now, I first saw Nate Figs on YouTube. I had my channel for a little bit. I basically just started filming it in 2015, the very beginning of 2015. And, you know, I was filming like my food and like workouts and stuff. And then I did a challenge, and then Nathan Figueroa's video popped up. I'm like, oh cool, I started watching his videos, and I commented on one of them, and then he commented back. He was like he was shocked that I commented on his video, because Nate skated a lot back in the day, and he knew me from skateboarding, but didn't know that I had a YouTube channel. And so he saw me comment on his video, and he was like, yo, oh, what's up, man? And like, we kind of chopped it up a little bit for a little bit, and just watched each other's videos and commented. And then I eventually came down to Florida and then met up with Nate. It was super cool. So yeah, it was cool how YouTube is just this crazy world, you know. Like, Nate didn't know me at all, but he knew me from skating, and then just like YouTube is what brought us together, and now like we're great friends, you know. He still skates, and you know, whenever we link up, we'll skate a little bit, and it's just fun to film videos together. And you guys love when we drop videos together, along with adding Coach Cabrera in there, Jonathan Arizari. Man, it's just good times, and I'm having so much fun with YouTube, and I'm definitely stoked that I met Nate Figs. He's such a great dude. Question for the next Q&A, is there any specific skateboard trick at a specific spot that just keeps haunting you, that you secretly want to go and get done? Yes, there are 2 tricks that I wanted to do, but it was just like, this was like years back, you know, when I was in like my prime of skating, before I even started weightlifting, you know. So now I'm roughly like 30 to 40 pounds heavier than what I was. So for me to jump down these things, you know, it's gonna hurt. But there was the Thrasher cover. I did ollie over this crazy massive gap in San Diego, California, but I almost kickflipped it one day. And yeah, that was just one trick that got away. And I think I only jumped down it 3 times. And I landed on one, the board shot out, but then I just called it quits. I was like, man, it's such a large gap that like, you can only jump down it X amount of times, because it's just gonna tell you no, like you want no more of it. And then there was this rail in Connecticut that it was like, I think 17 stairs down, curved around, and then went like 16 stairs down again. It was a crazy long kink rusty rail that I grinded down the whole thing and then jumped off at the end, but yeah, I'd always want to go back and get that one, but maybe one day I will. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to drop a lot of weight, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. Do you think that it's possible to build decent amount of muscle only using your own weight? Now, you can definitely build muscle by using your own body weight, but you have to keep challenging yourself because the reps are just gonna get higher and higher. It's basically like calisthenics. So a lot of these calisthenics guys aren't like super jacked and huge. They're definitely ripped and they have a lot of muscle, but since they're just mainly using their body weight all the time, it's not that their body keeps changing. You know, they stay almost at the same body composition, but staying nice and lean. But when you start adding more weight on top of what you're using, that's what's gonna challenge your body, challenge your muscles, and that's gonna create more stimulus for your body to grow. So that's why it's important to change your rep targets in the gym. You know, training in, let's say, 4 to 6 rep range, the 10 to 12 rep range. All these different rep ranges will stimulate different muscle fibers and recruit different muscle fibers and make you bigger and stronger. Would you do any future skating events if you got invited, or anything related to that at all? Yes, I definitely want to skate Tampa Pro again. I think it's coming up in March. I think that would be really fun. It's been forever. Yeah, that was like one of the funnest contests to skate, just because, you know, all the homies are in town skating with everybody, and Tampa Pro is definitely one of the funnest contests, so I'll definitely be there this year, and yes, I'm gonna skate in it. Okay guys, so that is going to wrap up this question and answer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them down below for the next Q&A, and keep it PG rated please, because I do have a lot of viewers on this channel and I try to keep it open for everybody to watch my videos. Like always guys, I appreciate all the love and the support. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video.